To watch the latest from India Science, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press on the bell icon to get notifications on all the science-related videos.
Hello, this is Bhagyashree and you are watching India Science. Welcome to another informative episode of SciTech. If everything goes according to plan, India could soon have its second indigenously developed COVID-19 vaccine. We are talking about ZyCoV-D, a vaccine developed by the Ahmedabad-based pharma giant Zydus Cadila. The company hopes to submit its Phase 3 results to the regulatory body by the end of May. The company claims the vaccine is painless. We'll tell you how this vaccine is different from the approved ones in India.
When the new coronavirus began gaining a foothold in various countries, scientists at the Ahmedabad-based pharmaceutical company Zydus Cadila initiated the fast-track COVID-19 vaccine development program. In the Phase 1/2 trial, the company found that their candidate vaccine was safe and immunogenic, meaning the vaccine triggered a response from the immune system. In January 2021, the company began their Phase 3 clinical trials in 28,000 participants to evaluate vaccine efficacy. Adolescents between the ages of 12 and 17 and the elderly, including those with comorbidities, were a part of the study. Dr. Sharvil Patel, Managing Director Zydus Group, told The Print, "The Phase 3 trials of our vaccine will be truly representative of the efficacy of the vaccine against many of the known variants, as different variants have surfaced in this wave. The results are expected to come out by the end of May 2021. If India's regulatory body grants emergency approval, the vaccine ZyCoV-D could become India's second homegrown vaccine after Bharat's Covaxin. The company is likely to start supplying the vaccine in June. ZyCoV-D is a DNA-based vaccine. It contains plasmid DNA, which is typically found in bacteria. Plasmids are different from chromosomal DNA. The researchers introduced a novel coronavirus gene into the plasmid. The gene carries instructions to make the spike protein, a molecule that the immune system recognizes. Once injected, our body reads the gene and makes the viral spike protein. Then, the spike protein alerts the immune system, following which antibodies and T cells spring into action. Our immune system keeps a record of the virus, helping it fight back promptly against a future encounter. According to the World Health Organization, plasmid vaccines do better than their conventional counterparts in 3 aspects. They're more stable, they lack infectious agents, they're relatively easy to manufacture. Further, Zydus' vaccine is different from the approved vaccines in India. AstraZeneca's Covishield and Russia's Sputnik V are vector-based vaccines, while Covaxin is an inactivated vaccine. Vectors could be another virus like the adenovirus, whose job is to transport the spike protein into the body. Inactivated vaccines contain the whole virus but are inactivated or killed during the manufacturing process. Zydus claims their vaccines are painless and should be administered in 3 doses. The company is looking to ramp up production and aims to supply around 5 crore doses by the end of the year. Before we celebrate, let's wait for their Phase 3 results and hope they are on expected lines.
The Chinese god of fire safely touched down on Mars on 15th May 2021. No, we're not referring to any mythology here. God of Fire, or Zhurong, is a rover, the first Chinese robot to successfully land on the Red Planet. Now, Mars has 3 active robotic machines roaming on its soil, each trying to unravel some of the Red Planet's secrets. We'll tell you about Zhurong and its mission.
May 15, 2021 was a joyous occasion for Chinese engineers. Their robot, Zhurong, successfully fought against all odds to land on the Red Planet. Landing on Mars is no easy task. For instance, The red planet has a thin atmosphere, making it difficult for the rover to reduce its speed from 20,000 km per hour to zero while landing. Only two countries, the US and Russia, have successfully touched down in the past. However, Russia's rover stopped responding after just 110 seconds of landing. The US has had a higher success rate with Sojourner, Opportunity, Spirit, Curiosity, and Perseverance. Of them, Curiosity and Perseverance are up and running. Now Zhurong has jumped on the bandwagon. Its mass is 240 kilograms and is about 1/4 of what Curiosity and Perseverance weighs. Zhurong contains cameras to provide information about the terrain, ground-penetrating radar that will look for signs of past life and subsurface water, a magnetometer to measure the magnetic field, a weather station to keep an account of the local atmosphere, temperature, pressure, wind, and sound on Mars. Zhurong landed at Utopia Planitia, a vast terrain in the planet's northern hemisphere. The rover will try to understand the distribution of ice in Utopia Planitia. Why ice, you may ask? Well, future colonists can benefit from it as it can provide them with drinking water and fuel. Houses built with ice can keep harmful radiation out. Utopia was once home to a sea. Scientists think the region now has sedimentary layers that contain evidence of past water and might have traces of past life. James Head III, a planetary scientist at Brown University, told National Geographic.
Well, that's all for this episode of SciTech. You can send us your valuable feedback on the email ID flashing on your screens. Also download India Science app or visit our website www.indiascience.in for more such videos. Don't forget to follow us on social media handles as well. Before signing off, here is Fact of the Day for you.
Mars's regolith, the loose dust and rock covering its surface, is rich in iron-based minerals. These iron minerals oxidize or rust, giving the soil a red appearance.